So we had our biggest show ever coming up, and any show can be a step in the right direction of becoming a successful band. But along with having our biggest show yet, we also had our biggest challenge. Our drummer had a broken wrist.
My name's Chris, and I play drums in Run the River. I kind of got into music later than most. I actually got my first drum kit in grade 8 because a buddy of mine who played guitar needed a drummer. So I convinced my father that it was a good idea, and the rest was history.
That was Fredericton's own Marion and their single Makahaya off of their recent album Hit Record. Now, not that anyone in Fredericton needs a reminder, but Harvest Music Festival is just about to kick off in a few weeks. There are some awesome acts lined up, including Fredericton's own Run the River, playing on the City Hall stage on Friday. So make sure to head over and check them out. And don't forget to hit up some of the amazing vendors that'll be filling up the downtown.
I've been biking my whole life. Years ago, there was no trails around, so you'd have to build trails to ride something you wanted to ride. As I've gotten older, I contribute by building a lot of the local bike trails around. It's just a way to give back to the community, plus build things I want to bike on.
My best friend set himself on fire. I found out from some girl.
I broke my wrist mountain biking at a local ski hill. I was going down one of the trails and hit a bridge that was a little bit slippery, and my arm went out and broke. I fell before I realized what happened. I was in a cast for 3 weeks, and I couldn't do anything at all with my wrist. The second 3 weeks I spent time with my brace. With that, I wasn't allowed to play drums. If I played drums, it had to be one-handed. I know the band was good about me breaking my wrist, but it's like anything, like we're a team, so if somebody goes down, the whole band is affected by that. It would really bother me if I was the one that had to say, we as a band can't do this because I made a really bad decision and hurt myself. In the moment, I felt like I kind of let the band down, and if I say, listen guys, we can't do all these things that we've worked toward for 2 years, I don't ever want to look back and say I should have done something else or I should have done this. So you're just going to do what it takes to have all those opportunities. And a show like Harvest has been a dream of mine forever, so I was not going to give that opportunity up.
A bad day.
There he is.
Hey boys.
You weren't just messing with us.
No man, it happened.
Are you functional?
So the doctor said basically I'm in a brace or a cast for 6 weeks minimum. So I was kind of doing the math. That's putting us pretty close to our show.
Cutting it real close.
Yeah, so I've been practicing one-handed. Like before you guys got here, I was trying some things, and it's okay. Like it's not terrible. I mean, I'll throw it out there right now. If you guys want to get another drummer, now would be the time that I could prep them.
What did your doctor say? Like basically, is it possible for you to play it and not, I guess two-handed? Like, is that possible?
It's a break rate on the end of my bone. So if that moves, we're like into surgery or some other kind of issues.
Yeah, you don't want to push that.
No, yeah. So,
but that's putting us right the week of the show. So, I mean, we could be ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Is it a clean break?
Yeah. So, and it hasn't moved, so we're good that way. So everything's looking good that way. I just have to put the time in.
Okay.
I'd almost rather you could probably do it better one-handed than a whole new drummer could do it too.
Especially on the timeline.
Rather have you there too if you can, but it's
learning all the songs for a new drummer would be an issue for sure. Yeah. They're not all recorded, right? So.
Okay. Obviously not the best timing. Harvest show coming up. Big show for us. Maybe we just jam. Let's work on the songs. Let's see if we can one hand make it work.
Yeah.
I guess we'll test in a couple of weeks how your wrist is feeling. Do you feel like you're getting better? But another concern is just I don't want you to injure yourself worse to a point where we lose a drummer for 6 months because like you said you need surgery or something.
Yeah. I won't do that. I definitely won't use it, but I mean I've been practicing. We can try a song and we'll see what it's like.
All right. The game.
Let's roll.
One-handed drummer.
Ready?
Playing Harvest puts a ton of pressure on a band. Huge acts have played Harvest. So for us as a band, we wanted to play to the best of our ability. For me, that always creates that anxiety that shows up. There's going to be eyes on you. You're also, it's the first time being asked by Harvest, so, oh, if you screw it up, do you think they're going to ask you to play again? Probably not. So yeah, tons and tons of pressure to perform really well at Harvest.
Whenever Chris first got injured, he had mentioned that he wouldn't be offended if we had brought in another drummer to replace him. But even when he had to play with just one arm during rehearsals, he barely missed a beat. Trying to make do with only one arm and, switching up his patterns and stuff, it's no easy task. Makes you not want to take that for granted.
I think I was as ready as I could have been for Harvest. I still had a lot of pain. There were a couple practices where I had asked, can we not continue because the pain was starting to get bad.
The only one that's considered cutting Chris from the show is Chris. Full stop. I know that guy, and even if he wasn't fully healthy, don't tell his doctor, but he'd still do it. He would break it again to play another show. He's that dedicated of a musician that he's going to play through anything.
We had a 3-week check-in, it was good, and then at the end of the 6 weeks, I got full clearance. Now, they had said that they wanted me to wait 2 more weeks. So that was the time period that we were supposed to be playing shows. I was playing one-handed, so I learned all my parts one-handed. And then once I got clearance to play with 2 hands, I was able to play with my brace just lightly. The days leading up to Harvest, I know I had played without my brace, just to see how it would feel. I felt as prepared as I could have, but my wrist was definitely on the back of my mind for sure.
I can definitely say that in this moment, my anxiety is at one of its highest points. I feel like I'm not sure how this is going to go. I don't know if we're going to succeed. I don't know if it's going to be an utter failure. Relying on Chris's wrist to be okay for this moment. That's a huge unknown, and one of my biggest issues with anxiety is lack of control. I have no control over this situation. It's going to go one way or it's going to go another, and we're just hoping it goes well.
Thanks, we've been on the river and we appreciate it. Have a great harvest, everyone.
All I'm gonna say, let's do a cheers to Chris.
Here.
Yeah, boys.
We're playing in the stage. Yeah. I literally look over and see the bass head, the whole amp fell off the bass.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And it still was working, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, there was like a big noise, like boom, looked over and the head of the amp had just fallen. And then the wind like blew your volume knob down.
No, when his bass head fell to the ground, the cord,
It was that.
the mic cord, which was pushed up against my master volume, and it turned me all the way down.
It's like a weird musical Rube Goldberg.
Thanks, Rick.
I was definitely anxious. I was worried when you said you broke your wrist, but you put in the work, you practiced. You did it. How did it feel? I gotta ask.
To be honest, it hurt, but it was worth it. I'm just glad it all worked out. Honestly, we're at Harvest now. This was a dream of ours. So let's finish up this beer and go enjoy some of the tents here and experience Harvest. I love it.
Are you ready to rock and
Living in a place like Fredericton, I would feel pretty lucky that we have a vibrant music scene here. There's a lot of bands, a lot of different genres represented. I've heard this said around here that Fredericton kind of punches above its weight, like musically, and I think we kind of do in various ways because we're kind of an interesting place to experiment because there's an openness for people to meet and talk to each other and give advice to each other. I don't know, it'd be really cool if Fredericton was recognized a little more globally.
I think the community in Fredericton, the music community, is extremely supportive and also vibrating right now, honestly. Everyone seems to be out supporting each other and doing great things, and it's kind of an exciting time right now. I see so many artists just supporting each other and not trying to really compete with each other. We're all out at each other's shows and messaging each other's behind the scenes and saying great job and we love that, we love this. It's it's great right now.
The music community in Fredericton is pretty great for kind of a small city. There's a lot going on, a lot of diversity in terms of different types of genres, and like no matter what your taste, pretty much you can find anything around town.
Harvest happened in a blur. It was so quick. There was barely any setup. I feel like I couldn't enjoy the moment during the set, but after looking back, that was fun. You know, some of the dreams that I had when I first got into music. I mean, we played a set for Harvest. You know, it wasn't just playing in a bar beside Harvest during the week that Harvest happens. We actually played a Harvest set, so that felt good. I was able to play two-handed. My wrist held up. I played all the tracks the way that we've written them, so I think there was definitely a sense of accomplishment, and it was exciting. I think what we're going through now too is part of what I always wanted to do. Is I want to get good music out for people to listen. When I get older, I want to be able to look back and listen to recordings and see videos and that kind of stuff. I just kind of want to keep pushing and see where it takes us.
That was fun though. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the Sheepdogs. Good band. I'll get the door. Yeah, why not? Oh, ouch. And now we just have to be ready for the studio.
What doesn't kill you might try to will overcome you. I told you to plead insanity. I tried to.
For me, music is healing. From a young age, I always went to music when I was going through stressful situations, whether that's in home life or kind of a work life situation. It's really been a way for me to heal any situation that's kind of going on. And performing is the same way. It's at 2 hours where nothing else matters, and it's just me and the music in that moment.